I'll be honest, when I got this motor, I thought it was locked up. It's just a water pump. She spins fine. No water pump. Did you just ask me if I can rebuild this in the living room? I need video evidence of this. Yes or no?
Well, isn't it just the water pump side?
Oh, I thought you meant the whole motor.
Oh, no, it's just the water pump.
No. I can't rebuild a water pump in the house. I thought that was an open invitation to bring the motor in.
I mean, there's no coolant in it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, this thing's almost out of here. It's already unbolted. I just gotta pull the lower hose and unplug a couple connectors from the stator and it should pop right out. However, oh, and a pulse line. Can't forget the pulse line. However, I just had to show you guys, this thing's so fucking gross. It's disgusting in here. Interesting fact, even though it had the LRM twin pipes, it still has the original 36-degree straight cut helix. Oh, that was interesting. Or at least it'd be original to like XE. I know like the 99 RMKs had R12. I'm not sure about the 97s. They may have still had straight cut 36. Not entirely sure at what year they went from 36 to an R12 on the RMKs. But yeah, just showing you how gross this fucking thing is. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this motor, pull everything I want out of this, being the steering, hoses, the whole fuel system, all of it. It's all coming out of the sled. And yeah, and this thing's going up for either cheap or free. We'll see what happens. I might get desperate, tell them just please get it out, I'll give you 20 bucks, get it out of my driveway. We'll see. Oh, check this out. I am retiring the old Bosch. I still have it. It's still, or Bosch Stitch, whatever the fuck you call it. Still have it, still works, but upgraded. So, you know, it's not a Milwaukee. It's not a Snap-on, what the fuck ever. But I got a bunch of this Cobalt stuff and 24 volt brushless setups. They work really well for me. I'm gonna continue using them. So I figured I'd upgrade. Plus I got more batteries, another charger. Yeah. Anyways. Well, I gotta pull the motor out. I can see someone's cleaned up the porting on this. That's cool. Top end looks fresh. Hell yeah. That is what's up. Okay. Got the motor, a couple coolant hoses, fuel pump, fuel lines, carbs, throttle, oil cable, choke setup somewhere. Oh, there, choke setup. Steering post. Oh, well, what's left is steering rack. We're gonna get that pulled and I will need that for a future project. So yeah. Okay, got the next sled we're working on in the garage. That was kind of a fiasco because my 6-wheeler, unknowing to me, it was running kind of weird. I was like, what the fuck, man? After I use it, move the sled around, check the oil. Fuck, it's like super full. Well, I was out of town for a month, let the fuel on. Apparently the needle seat leaks. Filled my crankcase with fuel on the 6-wheeler. Didn't run it long enough to hurt it, but that is something I'm gonna have to address. Anyways, for now, let's look at the sled. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have my other Red Rocket in the garage finally. So this thing, originally, I was going to build this as a 500 class ice racer. If you notice, it sits pretty low in the front. It's because I got shorter Fox shocks on the front of it. Boy, I can't even remember what those are from originally anymore. Got oval bars and a floppy steering post because over the last probably 2 years since I was working on this, I've kind of borrowed a few parts off it. One of them being my billet steering post mount that I had on this thing. That actually ended up going on one of my XCs. However, I got big plans and it's not putting this on ice, obviously, because we have our Pro X ice racer panel. Having that for ice racing means this no longer needs built for ice. Granted, the Pro X is a 500, 600, have to run a bigger class, whatever. I don't even care anymore. So let's go ahead and pull this hood off, have a look at it under there. If you guys have been around for a while, you know this thing is 500 Liberty swapped. Look at that. That manifold tells you it was twin piped. I have Larry Rugland Motorsports twin pipes for this thing. I did have it running at one point. However, I never rode it. I ended up tearing it apart because it was long track when I got it. Not real long, it was like a 133. But I tore it all apart and I got busy with work and it never came together. I got busy with other things. Yeah. So, oh, sweet baby Jesus. Recoil's gone too. Fuck. So, everything's kind of adding up. I stole my steering post mount. Oh man, I forgot I braced up the steering post too. Look at that. Forgot all about that. So I stole my mount there, the recoil, and the carb adapters. Because when I was building my Edge X 600, you could not buy carb boots. This thing wasn't done. The Edge X was, minus those because they were torn. So I pulled them off this because they were the same as the Edge 600. And honestly, I never looked to see if I could get them again. No longer available from Polaris. And at the time COVID was happening, you couldn't even buy aftermarket carb adapters. So this thing just came to a screeching halt. So if you guys couldn't tell, based off of the last video and this now being in the garage, here's the plans. Crusty 700. Looks really fresh. I think I already took some video. Has a little bit of port work done to it. Also, if you notice, those flanges look extremely similar to this. That's right, because that has LRM twin pipes. Got the can over there. This has actually taken a long time because, I don't know, I'll put a picture. I put boogers on top of boogers because the exit was broken off the can. So I got that fixed. The twin pipes are over there. Rugland twin pipes, pretty cool, pretty cool. So lightly ported 700, looks fresh. Twin pipes, XCR 440. Basically, I'm redoing the Nightmare 440. Now again, if you guys have been around for a while and this isn't your first time looking at my channel, you know I've big block swapped a 98 XCR 440 in the past. However, that was with 800 and either, I think they were CPI or crankshaft twin pipes. Thing was really cool. I ran into a snag with it. I was unable to finish it the way I wanted to. I'm not going to put them on blast again. I've done it in previous videos. But long story short, I couldn't get my hood decals I wanted, and I couldn't get the vinyl decal, whatever you want to call it, for the seats that people are using. I bought them, paid for them. I got half my order, and so I got half of my hood. Here, I'll show you. I got half the hood. So the XCR was supposed to be yellow, the 440 was supposed to be yellow, and I think the Indy was supposed to be yellow. I can't, what was it? I think I got the XCR and the 440, but I didn't get the Indy. But as an extra project, he did the flags yellow, and I got those, but no yellow Indy. So that was kind of a bummer. And as far as the seat goes, I got the red 440 that would go on the seat. But where it said Polaris, I never got those. So I couldn't finish the hood correctly, and I couldn't finish the seat correctly, and I just got super discouraged. And the sled sat, and it sat, and it sat. And I bugged the guy for, man, it's been over a year. I've pretty much written it off as I gave a dude money, and I didn't get what I paid for. And if you guys have been around the Indy garage, you know who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to say it. So I sold that sled. And basically, I'm going to build another one now. I'm giving up on building it the way I wanted it to look, obviously, because I can't get the stuff to do it. But this one, instead of being an 800 and twin pipes, it's going to have a slightly ported 700 with twin pipes. And I have a whole lot of other things I want to do to this sled, but I can't really tell you about them yet. It's going to be kind of a secret, but this is essentially going to be probably my coolest wedge ever. when it's all said and done. It's just, I wish I could tell you guys, but I can't yet. So the 440 needs to come out, or sorry, 500. All this needs to just get ripped out. The steering rack, that's got to come out. I have a big block steering rack there. Look how gross that one is. Look how nice that one is. It's super depressing. That's got to get cleaned up before it goes in here, along with that 700 motor. And this thing is just raunchy. It is so gross. I mean, look at this thing. Fucking filthy. It's unbelievable that you look through the exhaust port and pistons and cylinders look freaking like brand new almost. So yeah, that's wild. This is probably gonna stay at 121, maybe a 136, but that's kind of unlikely. It's probably gonna be a 121. Pretty freaking excited about it, but let me know what you guys think. It's gonna be, I'm not going to call it Nightmare 440 2.0 because now that I've actually done the swap, I know all the little things. Like I had the general idea before, but I skipped a step. Didn't know I skipped a step, but I skipped a step and it made it just like 100 times worse because the motor went in, everything was on, the steering was goofed up, had to pull the motor back out. It was just not a fun time. This time should go a lot smoother. And with it already being basically most of the way stripped down, doing what I want to do to it to make this thing different. You guys will see how, but different than almost any other wedge out there. It's just going to be really cool. So stay tuned. Till next time.